So a lot of people are asking me, bro, how can we also land on teaching job in Vietnam? How did you even get to Vietnam? What is the process involved? Did you go as a tourist or did you go on a working visa? And what is even in Vietnam? I know Vietnam is full of rice. I know Vietnam is full of exporting of rice and blah blah blah, coffee and all that. What is even in Vietnam at all? What are you even doing there? That Vietnam, what are you even doing there? I say, bro, please relax, relax, relax. That is why I'm here today. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my experience right from day one to date. How I traveled from Ghana to this place called Vietnam. How I even started the whole process. And currently, what I'm doing now. Whether I'm okay, whether I'm struggling, or whatever. And this video is going to help you to know the pros and cons of coming to Vietnam, whether to even come or stay back home. So in my experience, I faced a lot of challenges with some good news and some bad news, how I even started all over, how I traveled outside of Vietnam and came back and all that, And I hope it's going to help you know the pros and cons, whether to even come to Vietnam or to stay back home. And even if you are in Vietnam right now, it's still going to help you to know whether you should leave the country or should stay here, and whether you are still looking for a teaching job, whether you are from America, you are from Africa, what to do, what is happening in Vietnam. Okay, is it worth coming in or not? So let's dive into the video. If you are okay with this information, if you are happy and you know it, please hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to share you an important information. So, my name is Criss Mettle and I've been living in Vietnam for over 1 year now. Currently, I'm working for a company with a very nice paying salary. And as you can see, how are you today? I'm fine. Okay. I'm living in an apartment. I'm okay. Okay. Now, how did it even start? It was not like this. At some point, I almost gave up. You understand? But let me tell you what happened from my journey. So let's move backwards. In Ghana, I never thought of coming to Vietnam. I never heard the country Vietnam before. But I tried so many visas. You understand? I tried to go to the US, it did not work, bounced. I tried to go to Canada, it did not work, bounced. I tried to go to Europe, it did not work. You understand? So I tried. I said, okay, maybe it's because I'm not having good finances. I'm not having good financial capability. So why not try a simple country, go start there, build some wealth, and then leave that country. Maybe after a year, leave that country to the country that I want to visit. So my intention was to come to Vietnam, and then after 1 year teaching, having some money, apply for maybe US visa or any European visa, then boom. You understand? But here I am today. I've crossed 1 year. I came in the month of April 2020. That was 2024. You understand? In the month of April 2024. And right now it's August. Over 1 year, I'm still living. I'm still hoping that I can stay here for 5 years. So, how did I even start? So I saw this guy on WhatsApp. I never knew this guy anywhere. You understand? I saw in a WhatsApp group. So I chat. He's teaching in Vietnam. I said, bro, the same question you were asking me, bro, how can I also come to Vietnam and land on teaching job? Because I'm a teacher in Ghana and I feel like I want to come to Vietnam so that I can also teach. And this guy told me that you have to do this document, do that. And the process is very serious. So let me give you a quick one. Maybe in case you want to come. So in Vietnam, before you even land on your first job, there are some series of documents you have to get. That is, you have to get your degree certificate. You have to get your TEFL or TESOL certificate. That is your international in teaching certificate. You understand? You have to get English proficiency certificate, either IELTS or maybe Cambridge exam C1, C2 or something like that. After getting all that, you have to legalize all these, and after doing all this process, legalize it. Even there's no embassy in Ghana, so I had to send my documents over to Nigeria for the whole process through the foreign affairs. I'm not going to give details on how to get those documents. Maybe in case you need it, let's send this video to at least, let's say 10K. Then I'm going to do a video on that one too. Okay, so hit the like button. After getting all these documents, then what I did was, okay bro, now these documents are done. I even spent about 6,000 cedis. That is about $400 that time, because dollar was around 16 cedis. So I spent around $400 to $500 that time to do all the documents, but I've not landed on any job yet. So I asked the guy, bro, how can I come to Vietnam? And he said there are two ways in coming to Vietnam. That is by tourist visa, or you come with a business visa. And even the business visa, there are still two ways. There are some of them that you are coming straight to work for them. And there are some of them, they are going to help you get the work permit and your TRC. But later on, you can use it for part-time jobs around you. Then I said, okay. And he told me that one, that is what he is doing. And that one even fetches him more money. You understand? So I said, okay, then I like more money. Because I would like to also do what you are doing, because you are there. So if you are doing the same thing, then let me pay money to a company so that the company can do my work permit and TRC, and then I'll be able to do part-time. So that is what I did. And do you know, guess the amount that I paid? First one, I paid $1,200. You understand? That was for the invitation only. After paying $1,200, then in all was around $2,700. You understand? $2,700. So I asked him that, okay, then why don't I pay $1,200? When I come, do you do the work permit and the TRC? Then I pay the subsequent balance of $1,500. He said, no, some Ghanaians come and they don't pay and all that. So I said, okay, no problem. I paid all $2,700 to him before even starting the process. Then he started everything. Then he did the invitation. And I went to the airport. Finally, I traveled from Ghana. Then I did a transit in India. But unfortunately for me that time, when when we got to the Ghana airport, the Qatar airline, actually, they delayed the flight. So when I got to India, my flight from India to Vietnam has already left. So I had to stay in India for like 2 or 3 days to book another flight and come to Vietnam. And my experience was in India was terrible. I was with one guy and we even got scammed and all that, with the hotel overcharging us. Oh, Charlie, we spent all our monies in India, even getting to Vietnam. So when I got to Vietnam, I had nothing in my pocket already. So I came to Vietnam and the agent told me he's going to take about 2 months to do the process and all that. So I was staying in a hostel for about 2 months doing nothing, you can go and stay in a hotel because you've already spent your monies. You understand? You can go and stay in a hotel. It costs, yeah. So I was staying in a hostel. You understand? A room of 4 people. Yes, at least it's a bunk bed, but it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. Yes. So I used to pay about $5 every day. Yes, I pay $5 every day. I stayed in that hostel for about 2 months. You understand? And later on, the work permit came. So as he was doing the TRC, then he had a problem with the immigration. You understand? And he told me that the TRC has become very difficult and by the time I realized, he brought me back my passport and told me to leave the country, to leave Vietnam. You understand? I should leave because the visa even expired. Then he extended it for 1 month. And in Vietnam, when your visa expires, then you extend it for 1 month. You can't extend it again. It means you have to leave the country, go out and come back with another company. That is what happened to me. You understand? You can't overstay. And even if you overstay, you have to pay some fines. So when he brought it, it was about getting to 15 days. When it's less than 15 days, you pay only about 1.2 million Vietnamese dong. That is around $50 or something like that. You understand? So he didn't want it to cross 15 days, because if it crosses 15 days, I'm going to pay more. I'm going to pay maybe $200 or something. So he brought the passport to me and it has already overstayed like 10 days. And he's asking me to leave, book a flight instantly and leave. So what do? What I did was to back in I'm also into cryptocurrency. You understand? So I have some cash in cryptocurrency. The market was down, but I had no option. I just divided the cryptocurrency into two half and booked my flight and back to India. So when I went back to India, I called the company. The 3,000 cities, the $3,000 is already gone. I told him to pay. He said no. He said he can only help me book my flight ticket back to India. But even that one, up to now, 10 pesos, I did not get any coin out of the $3,000 to now. You understand? I did not get any money. So when I got to India, but for me, I've already before coming, I've already expected all these things to happen. You understand? So me coming to Vietnam, I expected that, okay, what if you come, then it's not like that. So I had plan A, plan B, plan C. I had, okay, if it doesn't work, I'll take my crypto money. If the crypto money doesn't work, I'll sell this. You understand? I had already, so I just brushed it off. I said, okay, no problem. I've been scammed. Or it's not like I've been scammed. He was trying his best. He has been doing it for even the one who is already here. You understand? And he had a problem with even one of couple of problems. Then he got suspended. You understand? So I think if he was able to do the work permit, I think he would have done the TRC, but he had a problem. So I just said, no problem. Let me just start afresh. You understand? So I came back to India and with no hope to whether to go back. And going back to Ghana was never an option for me. Was never an option for me. You understand? I've seen many friends who come to Vietnam. I've seen many people, even me, I've booked flight ticket for some people who have they flew back to Ghana. You understand? So they come to Vietnam, they find this situation, and they'll be in India. By the time you realize, Charlie, let me go back to my country. At least my country is safe. Boom. They go back to their country and wasted money for no reason. Like, because back in Ghana, I've already terminated my contract. I've already terminated everything. You understand? I've already terminated my contract. So maybe if I go back to Ghana, I'll still do my videography business and all that. You understand? So for me, my mind was not like that. My mind was, okay, if it doesn't work for Vietnam, maybe I can try different country like Thailand or Indonesia or something like that. I was fully prepared for that. You understand? So I stayed in India for quite some time and I started applying for job to Vietnam. Again, searching. Because I was still having a bank account, still having a Zalo platform. That is the Zalo platform the Vietnamese use. You understand? Like WhatsApp. I was still having it. So when they post job, I quickly apply. When they post job, I quickly apply. Then this same friend of mine who linked me to the first one, linked me to the second one, this employer. So I sent a message to this particular employer about I need a job and all that. And she said, okay, she's going to interview me if I am able to pass, do a demo class and all that. And indeed, I was there and she called me for an interview. So I did the interview. The interview didn't even last for more than 2 minutes. She just asked me, what's your name? Tell me about yourself. So how long have you been teaching? Then after she seeing me talking and she seeing that I'm young, she said, okay, I'm going to send you a contract after this interview. If you agree, you sign, then I'm going to invite you. I said, hey. Wow. So you understand? So I was in India. That time it was left with about 1 week for my visa in India to expire. And in India, if your visa, according to sources, I asked some of the people in India, some Africans in India, they said if your visa expires in India, you become frustrated. Hey! Your life will become frustrated. The process involved in leaving the country, in paying the fine. So I didn't want it to even I didn't want to overstay. So, and the process for the invitation also takes about 2 weeks. You understand? So as the process takes about 2 weeks, left with 1 month for the visa to expire. So I had to apply for Nepal visa, left India, and moved to Nepal. That is where that was my first time going to Nepal. I had no intentions of going to Nepal. Never in my life. But situation brought itself, then I had to move to Nepal. So when I was in Nepal, my employer called me that he tried for the first one and it did not work, but she's going to try for the second one. And I was still in Nepal, just spending money, just spending money. So I was still in Nepal waiting. Then one day she called me that it's in. She sent me the invitation. You pick your visa at the Vietnam airport. I said, huh? So I stayed in Nepal for only 1 week. You understand? Only 1 week. Then later on, I booked my flight. And even that place called. After booking my flight to come to Vietnam, I went to the airport. Oh, that day I said, oh, okay, it's time. Let me leave Nepal. Finally, I'm leaving Nepal to Vietnam. Back again. So I left. I went to the airport. Then they told me that, sorry, sir, you can't use this ticket to travel to Vietnam. You have to get a transit visa for India because my my flight was going through India. You understand? My flight was going through India to Vietnam. And it was 2 different airlines. And they told me I have to. And I said, but India, I'm just going to spend like 1 hour. Just past the airport. How do I need transit visa again? Trust me. They did not allow me to go. That flight ticket money also it left. So I have to go back to the hotel in Nepal, apply for a transit visa for India, and it took about 3 days. And I had my transit visa. Then I booked the flight ticket again. Remember, before leaving Vietnam to India, I had already even booked return ticket to Vietnam, but that one is also gone already. You understand? So I had to book another flight ticket to Vietnam, and finally I booked it and I came back to Vietnam. So when I came back to Vietnam, and this is my current company, that was in the month of August. Yes. So, is it September? Ending of August. By this time, this time, like 26. Yeah, I came to Vietnam around 22nd August or something like that, around this time. So around this time, 2024, I was in Vietnam, met my employer, signed a contract, finally, started the process, came back to my apartment, my accommodation. I came to stay there, started work, then I'm working. I just started work. And I've been working for her till date. And I'm still going to work for her for the next 1 year. And maybe, if possible, because, as life goes on, you have to look for better opportunities. You understand? Yes. If possible, maybe after the next year, then bye-bye. You understand? Yes. So that is it. Maybe not bye-bye from Vietnam, because, in fact, I plan of leaving Vietnam, but I really love Vietnam. I really love Vietnam. I like the fact that I'm the type, I like simple life, I like peaceful life. You understand? And the cost of living is very low. It's very peaceful in Vietnam. You understand? Let me give you something I learned from this. Something I learned from this. One thing I learned is whenever you are traveling, whether the agent is your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, or whoever you trust so much, still have plan B, plan C, plan D. That is it. Some people are right now here and they are struggling because their only plan was to come to Vietnam and teach. And right now, as they came to Vietnam, they couldn't find a job, or the agent deceived them and they are stranded and they went back to Ghana. No money, no hope again. You understand? So what I learned is when you are traveling, whether UK, whether Europe, whether everywhere you are going to, find plan A, plan B, plan C. No matter how you trust the person, you ask yourself, okay, if I go there and it doesn't work, may then. If I go there and it doesn't work, what am I going to do? You understand? I asked this series of questions myself before even moving my bottles from my house. I asked myself these questions, and that helped me build up plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Even if up to plan Z gets finished, I'll start from plan 1, plan 2. I had so many plans. You understand? So many options. That's how. That's what I learned from it. You understand? Because it may not work and all that. And currently, if you want to travel to Vietnam, yes, you can still travel to Vietnam. You know, in my previous video, I made mention that if you want to apply visa today, Vietnam, for tourist visa, better call Jesus. Yes, that was my previous video. But even right now, the new rules, I think it's better. And in my next video, I'm going to tell you how you can now come to Vietnam. You are not going to use the same method I used again. You are going to use a different method to come to Vietnam and you'll be okay. If you are in Vietnam still looking for job, still looking for job, I think that you are going to get it. You are going to get it. But it all matters how you build your portfolio, your CV. Hey, some people, when you take their CV, bro, even if he himself is the employer, he won't give the job to himself. If you you build a CV, if you are the employer, you won't give the job to yourself because no experience. How can you tell me you have only 1 year experience and I give you the job? It doesn't work. You understand? You have no experience in Vietnam. How do I give you the job? Somebody will come and bring 2 years experience and I'll give the person the job. You understand? Work on the CV. Work on the introductory video. If you don't have any teaching videos, you have to visit some teachers, visit their classes, get observation, take an observation or observe from them, or try to ask them that, please, can you help me teach some 5 minutes? Take some videos, put it down. You understand? Take some videos, put it down. Take some videos, put it down. That one, when somebody, you are going to apply for job. Me, when I'm applying for job, right now, if I want to get job tomorrow, I will get. You know why? The portfolio is like this. It's like, how do I say? It's like this. You understand? The first thing I drop, if I'm applying for job, I don't even drop CV. The first thing I drop is the teaching video. Boom. So when you watch the teaching video, woo, even if you don't like an African, you love me. Even if you don't love an African, you love me. Because you say, this teacher is very interesting. You understand? So without sending you my CV, you love me already. And Vietnam, that's how we look for job. You understand? And they will ask for your CV though, but before they even become interested in you, make you teaching videos and intro videos very tight. You understand? Those who are planning to come here, subscribe and let's watch out for the next video. Okay? I'm going to give you just on how you can apply and all that. Okay? Until then, see you next time.